2839 BC, 1056 AM. This year marks the 66th year of pyramid construction, or 792 months. Exactly 70 years earlier, the Anunnaki dynasty began with a matriarch ruling over the Canaanite kingdoms in 2909 BC, but in this year the empire of the Nephilim expands to include the Sethites. This is the 264th year of the Vedic calendar, the Kali Yuga that began with a wicked goddess, 264 years being 66 times 4, again providing us with 792 times 4 months. The sum of 792 is the calendrical signature of the Anunnaki and Nephilim. Priorly in 3439 BC, exactly 600 years earlier, the Anunnaki Watchers traded knowledge for the daughters of men, but now they take human females by force from their fathers and husbands. They also practice hybridization between species of animals and plants. The oldest stories of the Chinese concern the Dragon Kings, who founded the first Chinese dynasty. They descended from heaven and had flying machines. The founder of this dynasty was called Son of the Red Dragon. The Dragon Kings were the firstborn sons of heaven and earth, which in ancient Sumer, these words, heaven and earth, were An-Ki, and these dragon kinds were thus Anunnaki. An-Unna-Ki. The same story is told in archaic records of India, and these machines that flew people around were named Vimanas. This begins the 600-year reign of terror of the Nephilim over mankind, which starts 600 years after their fathers appeared in 3439 BC as the Anunnaki. The Nephilim were angel-human hybrids, gigantic of stature and highly intelligent. This is 2400, 600 times 4 of the Anunnaki chronology, and 1200, 600 times 2, since Earth began orbiting this sun. The famous hero Noah was born in the first year of the oppression before the flood, 2839 BC, on the vernal equinox, anciently first day of the year. He is named Menachem, Comforter, and he is the fulfillment of a prophecy preserved by the Sethites concerning a man who would be born and save the world. As a type of saviour, Noah was born in the year 1056 Annus Mundi, 1056 years after man was banished from Eden in 3895 BC. The sum of 1056 is the geometrical value of the joy of thy salvation in Hebrew, as found in Psalm 51:12. In Greek, 1056 is the value for the heavenly man, as found in 1 Corinthians 15:48. In a passage in Isaiah concerning the Great Pyramid, Isaiah, the statement in Hebrew, he shall send them a saviour and a great one, has the geometrical value of 1056. This Isaiah passage will be explained under 2815 BC. In 1895 AD, the historian J.D. Parsons wrote that Noah's birth was at the meeting point of two of those famous cycles of 600 years, so often referred to by ancient writers. This refers to the Great Year, a 600-year period called by the Sumerians a Ner. Long ago it was taught that a divine man would arise every 600 years. Thus far this tradition has held true, with the descent of the Watchers in 3439 BC, a type of divine man, and the birth of Noah 600 years afterward. We will see that King David also fits within this timeline as well as others. As Noah was born in the first year of the oppression of the Sethites by the Nephilim, the patterns bear out later when Moses is born in the first year of the oppression of the Israelites by the Egyptians. Incidentally, pre-flood Sethite civilization was centered where Egypt was geographically. The Nephilim kings and overlords initiate new laws and policies. Ancient records attest that after Noah was born, the world quickly fell into wickedness and experienced a great population explosion. Humanity turned wholly away from God and flourished in crime, incest, and corruption, filling the earth with violence. Hedonism became widespread among the Sethites now, and the practice of divorce became the norm, marrying wives and giving them up. Abortion became an accepted practice. To kill an embryo in the womb was taught by the Watchers. Both divorce and abortion were Anunnaki population control methods, employed against the Sethites, forcing humans to violate their principal command from God to be fruitful, multiply, and replenish the earth. Those holding to the elder faith became an extreme minority. The Nephilim matriarch would only rule over the united empire of the Canaanites and Sethites for 10 years before her sons assumed the kingship in 2829 BC, the famous 7 kings of Sumer. 1. Jasher. 2. Odyssey of the Gods. 5. Stones and the Scarlet Thread. 6. Our Sun God, Christianity before Christ. 7. The Christ Conspiracy. 9. Luke. 10. Enoch.